What is going on, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to the 25th episode of another Sports Talk podcast. My co-host will be here soon. I haven't seen a text message unless I did and missed it, which is extremely possible. Oh, he's going to be late tonight. Up noise. All right, Johnny will be here in a little bit. Got bad weather up north and everything. I know there's some stuff that he wants to talk about with some releases and everything. So I will, hold off on that. But basketball, let's hit that. I know John and I don't talk a lot of basketball. He's not really into it, so let's hit some basketball stuff. You have the the playoffs going on. My New York Knicks destroyed Philadelphia 76ers, make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They're waiting for Detroit or Cleveland. So we'll we'll see what happens. I know that game 5 is going on right now, and the Pistons are up by 11 in the second quarter. In the West, Oklahoma City took care of the Lakers. That last game was officially LeBron's last game in a Laker uniform. He is a free agent. People are wondering, what is he going to do? Where's he going to go? Will he go back to problem? Back to problem. Back to Cleveland? Will he, will he ring hunt? Will he go to, I don't know, maybe go to San Antonio? Maybe go, oh man, that didn't work. Maybe go to San Antonio. I doubt he would go to Oklahoma City. I don't know. Could he go to Boston? That'd be pretty bad from the Lakers to the Boston. Ooh. I'm not sure who else in the West. Could he go to Minnesota and help them? I don't know. Could he go to New York and want to be a part of the Knicks? Knicks wouldn't have to give anything up to get him. I mean, no team really have to give up anything to get him. What is he going to be willing to what is he going to be willing to sign for? Will he take a vet minimum? Will he, what is he going to want? So who knows? Very, very interesting. What happens there. We got, like I was saying, not only do you have Detroit going on, but we also have Minnesota against Minnesota against the Spurs. So San Antonio won last game. So they're up 3-2. So on the 15th, in 2 days, they'll head, I believe, back to Minnesota to go ahead and play. So there, the winner of that series will get the Thunder. Winner of Pistons Cleveland gets the Knicks, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens from there. It's going to be interesting. I watched that Oklahoma City Thunder. I've watched a bunch of their games. They are going to be tough to beat. They're going to be tough to beat, but hey, anything can happen in a 7-game series, from that standpoint. What's up, Dommy? How you doing? Yep. AJ Ewing, baby. We'll get to that. From that standpoint, the other thing, the NBA is going to try and institute a new draft lottery where actually the bottom 3 teams don't have as good of odds of winning the overall first pick as teams that are 4th through whatever number, whatever the rest of the non-playoff teams are. And it's supposed to curtail. Dommy's doing decent. Oh, nice. Oh, I could see why. Game was out of hand. But AJ looked pretty good, man. I hope the kid, I hope this is not a I hope he does well. I'm going to say, I said it before, I'm not sure whether he's ready or not, but you know what? If he does well, who cares? That's when it was cold. Oh, that's all right. You New Yorkers should toughen up, bro. But in the NBA with the draft, yeah. So, hey, Larkin, I guess, their thought process is with the NBA is try and not finish in the bottom 3. try and go ahead and finish fourth or better. So, it still seems odd to me that if you want everybody to try, yet you're still going to punish teams that try. I mean, so obviously, they're trying to get rid of tanking and so on and so forth. And, I go ahead and get it. But yeah, but I don't understand that. So you're gonna have teams, everybody wants to try to win, but yet if you're still the worst of all the teams that are still trying to win, you get screwed. If you're in the bottom three, you have less of a chance of getting the number one overall pick than anybody else. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Tommy says, "Hello, Mr. Larkin. Top four teams, yeah. Now that I have better, yeah. Now that I have better, yes. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand what the NBA is doing. I mean, there are just bad teams. Like I don't, what are they expecting? So, um, you know, if you're the, I don't even know what team you want to even talk about. A bad team, whoever that bad team is, if you're Portland and you're just bad. I mean, I don't know. I just don't. I just don't get. Well, I understand that. Right? That's what I'm saying, though, Dom. Is the problem that you have though with this new method that they're going to propose is that if your team, if you're the Brooklyn, Nets, if you're, the New York Knicks, if you're whoever, if you're, the Washington Wizards, whoever the bad teams are, Portland too, whoever you are, even if you are actually trying, you're going out there. What do they expect? Is the idea now? So like the Wizards, if they don't want to be in the bottom three, are they supposed to spend more money now? Are they supposed to try and make trades to get better players? But if that means you're trading away your good players, you'd have to trade multiple good players to get one, or two good players. So I don't understand. It doesn't make a difference. I agree. The original rules were best, man. You know what? Put them all in there and go on that thing. No acceptance to finish fifth or seventh. Exactly. You might as well try and finish 9 or 10 and make the play in so you look like you're trying, and then just go ahead and play a crappy game as the 10 seed, and you're good to go. So I looked like we were trying real hard. We made the play in, but then you know what? Oh well, too bad. So it's I don't know. I don't like it. I mean I don't. More than likely it's going to get passed. They're going to go ahead and they're going to say, hey, this is what we need to do. It's the best for the league because we don't want tanking, so on and so forth. So you don't want tanking. How about another thing you should look at? Load management bullshit. Can't play back to back. These guys are friggin' these guys are in some of the best shape of any athlete with all the running and stuff they do. Oh, I can't play back to back basketball games. Come on, give me a freaking break. What about that type of stuff? You know? I don't understand, that part either. A guy goes ahead and he has a soft tissue injury and he's out for friggin' 6 weeks. I mean, come on. I understand they did that rule of you can't go ahead and you can't get any what is it? I don't think you can qualify for any of the league awards if you don't play. I think it's 65 games or something like that. Okay, so you're still okay with them missing what is the game 82? So you're allowed to miss up to 18 games. Do you care about the fans? The fans who wants to go see, and maybe I'm not saying this guy does it. I don't think he does, but like a Webinyama, right? People going to buy Spurs tickets. They're pretty much buying Spurs tickets so that they can go ahead and see that guy play. But we're going to go ahead and have him sit the back end of a back to back. Because he's 20 something years old and God forbid he goes ahead and plays 2 games in a row. They worry, it's sometimes it's like what we used to go say, it's like it's stepping over a $50 bill to pick up a nickel. Yeah, yeah, I hear you, Dom. My cousin was talking to Mike. They were talking about, the Knicks and everything, and my cousin said, "You and your dad gotta come up if the Knicks go ahead and make the NBA Finals." And Mike is like, "Yeah, we'd love to. We can stand outside Madison Square Garden, but we definitely ain't going to be able to afford to go inside of it." And that is for doggone sure. Ticket prices are just stupid. Ticket prices are stupid. And then you're gonna punish fans' favorite teams by putting these stupid ass, rules out there. And then again, don't worry about the best players going ahead and sitting and everything. Well, that'd be nice, from that standpoint. So I don't like I said, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Um, I don't know. It just it's mind-boggling to me. I don't understand why and they don't call them owners anymore because now they're all governors. I don't understand why the governors would go ahead and want that. I don't understand why they would want that. You know, and I mean, look, we've seen it play out many, many times. How many times, you know, I mean, so think about it. If they would have had this type of rule, the Spurs, you know, may have gotten punished and would not have got Wembanyama. Dallas would have gotten punished. Maybe Dallas doesn't get punished. Dallas didn't have the worst record, but they barely tried to make it. So, hey, like I said, I'll be good enough to maybe be fighting for that play-in game. But, oh man, we just missed it. Ah, bummer. So, I don't like it. Um, Yeah, I don't like it at all. Maybe that, again, I'm sure Adam Silva will get whatever he wants to get. But that will be how what the you know what the NBA does. It's what they do. It's what they do. Um NHL, I got to tell you, I started watching that uh Sabres Canadians game. I watched the opening of it. I was on a plane last night flying home from seeing my mother for Mother's Day. And man, oh man, the opening for Montreal was incredible. The game, I mean, holy cow, those fans, wow. The toilet seat fans were going crazy. Um, I don't understand. One of those goals was gone ahead and uh, you know, one of those goals was not allowed. Oops, sorry. That's not. No, the Beast. I guess there are storms where he is, and he thinks it would be he'd have a lot of background noise, so he's waiting for the storms to pass, and then he will come on. But I tell you, I know some of the games, might not be as competitive as we would like, but man, I will tell you, the hockey players are just different, man. They are just different. Uh, other than Carolina. Carolina's incredible. Carolina just keeps freaking rolling. They roll through the Senators for nothing. They roll through the Flyers for nothing. Buffalo and Montreal are tied 2-2. Again, that was pretty good. Colorado, they were rolling, but they lost the game to the Wild, so now they have to play another game. Wild are up 3-0 in the second. Unless Colorado comes back, looks like we are gonna have a game number 6. And then Golden Knights, they're 3-2. They are on the brink of maybe heading back to the to the Western Conference Finals there. So uh hockey doing really well. I tell you, I will say the hockey playoffs, especially when you get deep into a series, in my opinion, uh they really are incredible. They really, really are incredible. From that standpoint. It's just what they do and everything. And ladies and gentlemen,
What's up, people?
here he is, the one, the only co-host, Johnny's Firestarter Breaks. How are you, sir?
Good, and yourself, sir?
Good. Storms got to you a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have a metal roof inside this sunroom, so I would never. You guys would just heard rain, not me. I'm like, I'm just gonna tell them I'll be there after it's over.
Yeah. um, but yeah, so just to finish, then we'll get with the beast. To me, hockey, especially as they get late in a series when it's 3 games to 3 and all this other kind of stuff, man, I tell you, those seventh games, and then when it goes in overtime, hockey basically, I mean, they do have some of the best playoff. I know some of the games aren't competitive, but not like the NBA where a lot of those games have not been competitive. So we'll see what happens as as it continues to go on.
What's up, Don, my brother? Yeah, I cow tipped earlier. I'm good.
So, um, so the NFL came out. We'll talk some NFL, then we talk some other stuff. NFL came out with their schedule,
Yeah, I saw that.
and I mean, now I don't remember. No, it is the first one. Now we have a Thanksgiving Eve game.
Yeah, I
Packers Rams, the first ever. I mean, and I'm sure you have to have, I don't know, that one's going to probably, who knows what streaming service that one will be on.
yeah.
It's an NFL Network exclusive. So if you
Yeah.
want to watch that one game, you're going to have to get the NFL
One game.
channel, or all kinds of crap like that and everything. But I tell you, I understand. I mean, I understand the playing overseas. But me personally, I don't care for it. And it's not that because, the games are, early in the morning or anything like that. It's just that, well, like what are you really gonna do? You know, are we really gonna try and have a team outside of the US? I mean, and I mean, I know that, I mean, go to Canada, go to Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you're in the same, hemisphere.
Right. And you have a Canadian team for all the other sports.
Right.
It wouldn't hurt to get one of those. But
like I can understand that, but I mean, what are you going to put a team? What are you going to do? You're going to put a team in London? Are you really? Could you? In your opinion, could you put a team in Europe?
You could. I think it'd be very rough, just due to the fact that, I mean, all their home games are going to be there, and then they're traveling all over the United States, depending on what division they're in. So, I mean, I think it doesn't make sense, really.
Like, how do you make it work with the jet lag?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, maybe maybe if you had, I know it's gone, but maybe if you had the Concorde, right, where 3 hours to London, you go, hey, that's not that bad. It's no different than Seattle going to play, Carolina Panthers, right? 3 hours, it's even a little less because that's a 4-hour flight. There's a 3-hour flight. Like I could maybe kind of, sort of see if you had that, but that's not an option unless they come up with a new one.
Yeah.
So so how do you how do you make that work? I just don't. I don't
know
get
it's
it.
picking up the revenue from over there, but I mean, it just doesn't. I don't understand it. It just, I mean, we've got a game over there. We play the Dolphins. And then we also play the Jaguars who are going to be over there. So I don't know if we're going to have the 2 games over there together or not.
Yeah. Oh, that's true, Dom. They're not a big plane, so you would actually need 2 of them.
Yeah.
You know, you would need 2 of those planes and everything. But you know, like I feel bad. You know, if you're you know, I don't know who the home team is, but you know, you're the home team. You're Washington, right? You know, your home team, and you're looking at your schedule, and oh, I buy season tickets. I only get 7 games this year
Yeah.
because I mean, yes, there are 8 home games, but my 8th home game is in London.
Right.
You know, I'm saying from that standpoint. So I think, you know, I don't know. Like I said, you know,
I don't like it. I don't. Just keep it all here. Doesn't need to go over there. If you want to do like a preseason game maybe over there, doesn't count for anything, go for it.
I mean, you know, they had NFL Europe, and obviously we don't have NFL Europe anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't.
Right. So, you know, so that means that the country, the continent couldn't support however many teams there were.
Right.
Right. You know, so okay, so what are we, you know, what are we going ahead and doing? So it was founded
Viewership
in 1991.
It's got to be revenue, more money. We'll pay you to come over here to play, and that's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know. I just, I mean, I just don't. I get it, but I don't get it. I mean, you know, you had Frankfurt, you had, you know, yeah. I mean, you had Hamburg, Frankfurt, Amsterdam, Berlin. I mean, it was almost like it was, you know, Barcelona. I mean, I don't know. I just, I just think from a standpoint of, you know, trying to go ahead and if you want to expand, I get it. I don't know where else you could expand in the US. I mean, you know, well, I shouldn't say that. You could go to Portland.
You could. I think, like I said, I think you could bring in a Canadian team easily.
Yeah. Let's tie it up. Senior Arnie has a Bowman 25 break going.
I'm good.
Still have some of the Pro Set Europe NFL cards. That's pretty cool.
Right, I agree, Lockin. It is. It's a bigger market. You're pulling in it's the revenue. That's all it is.
Yeah, but I understand from that standpoint. You know, I don't know. Then you know, maybe what they should have done. See, I mean, the problem you have is this. You know, even if you go ahead and have a couple of teams over there, you know, stop. Even if you have a couple of teams over there, wouldn't you think that they would have, if you wanted to have expansion there? I mean, I know you won't have problem getting guys to play there, right? Because hey, I want to be an NFL player. I can go play there. But like, what would it take to attract a star?
Quite a bit of money, I would imagine.
And with the way the cap is, what are you going to do?
True.
Are you going to, you know, are you going to, you know, are you gonna make 50% of your salary cap for one player?
Yeah, exactly. I just, like I said, it is what it is. I know it's about the money, but I don't agree. I don't like it. So I mean, it's my opinion.
Yeah. It is. All right, we'll see. I don't know what'll happen with it. Who knows? But hey, it'll I think I can, they're gonna play unless they're looking at it from the standpoint of, you know what, we'll just go ahead and keep playing our, however many number of games, and that'll be good enough. We will get plenty of people, to watch.
Right. And they will.
Yeah. So
I got to ask, were you able to get any of the Series 2 pre-order?
I forgot about it. I was in Florida visiting my mother, and I completely forgot about it.
I didn't. I mean, it was $117.99 a box.
You forgot about it, or you got it?
I forgot about it too. I kind of got when I got in there, they only had like Blasters and Megas. And I'm like, I can get that at the stores.
Yeah.
It was the 11th. It was pre-sale on the 11th. And I do not know what my LCS is going to sell Platinum at. Seeing that blowout is at $325.95 right now for it.
Well, there's somebody on eBay who has hobby packs, $25 a pack.
Yeah, because at the boxes on eBay, I think are selling like what, $350 around there. You might get a couple, some lower, but I mean, and their blowout has the blasters for $44. Like, this is ridiculous. Double what you paid for. Why are you gouging us that bad?
Yeah, somebody on eBay has a hobby box for $250. Dave and Adams, they're saying in stock online, pre-sale, $274.95. Diamond cards, I don't know who they are, $325. Card Collector 2 sports cards. Now, is that and that looks like Ryan's logo, $250. Are you freaking kidding me?
$100 over. I can understand if you want to make $50. Okay, you sell for $200. Because like these bigger places need to make money, and I understand it, but to double the price, no.
I mean, some website, toywiz.com, $279.
Yeah, those guys are terrible. I don't ever buy from them. They sell a lot on Walmart.
Somebody on eBay is trying to do a full case, $3,300.
Wow. That's what? It's 12 in a case. A little over 300 a box. Oh, or just under 300 either way. No.
And that's crazy. And I think a full case was $1,600.
Right, or I think it was like 16 or 17. Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody's trying to go, double and stuff.
Now I gotta look.
I mean, somebody's doing this company favorite team sets. They're on eBay. I mean, they have 18,000 feedback. They do team sets, all teams available, pre-sale, June 5 release. The Red Sox are like $40. The baseball team from Georgia, $40. The Cincinnati Reds, $30. The Tigers, $30. So now I don't know what you get for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, there you go. So, wow. So check this out. This is what you get. 2025 Topps Chrome baseball team set. Release date in June. You will receive all the cards, your chosen team, included in the base set that are not short prints. Short prints are not included in the base set. No inserts, no parallels, no autos, or other non-base cards will be included in these sets.
No, go screw yourself.
So if you go ahead and you get, I don't know, let's say, I know Fred Lynn has an autograph for Boston. So if you buy Boston for $40, These guys open up however many cases, things they open up, and they hit one Fred Lynn auto.
You
You
ain't
don't
getting
get it. They hit a 1 of 1 Roman Anthony, or or Durant or somebody on the team. You don't get it.
that's.
But you get all the you get all the fancy base cards.
I'd
And
be
who
surprised,
the
I'd be surprised if he sold any of those. If people don't read into it, they will.
man, oh man, oh man.
I'm looking at Series 2, and they're
That,
running 180 up to 229, 234, over almost $100 more than what we're buying them at. I mean, 179. That's still $62 more than you paid for it. So you want them to make money, maybe not that much, but still, it's just ridiculous. That would be the guy doing the brake pie keeps that stuff, or you got to pay extra for it.
yeah, I get. Well, who gets it? I'm sure the breaker goes ahead and gets it, and then he probably turns around. Well, they're not a breaker. But I mean, I get, or I don't know. I don't know if they're advertising. Hey,
You're
you
just
can.
you're just getting the base card set of that team.
All you get is the base card set.
So if it's not a break, he's just collecting the teams and then just selling them for that price. No.
Right. So he's ripping open.
Yep.
It's called. What the hell was the name? I just had it up here. Sorry. Something. Team sets something is their team sets something is their name on eBay. But again, it's like, what are you talking about? What are you doing here? I mean, I don't.
I'm doing my next break.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna keep all the good stuff. You guys get the crap.
yeah. What you do is you go, hey, you buy a hobby box for $150. You say, okay, there's 30 teams. All right, so everybody's gonna pay me, $10. You get the team set for $10, free shipping. Right, so you figure you get $300. You get shipping. A couple guys will buy a couple of teams.
Yep.
And you get all the base, and then you get the autograph and all the parallels and like that, and you just turn around and you sell that shit yourself.
And make even more money.
Like
You'd have to be stupid to buy into that. I mean, if he's just selling the base cards, they're not going to be worth $40.
No,
I'd be surprised if there wasn't already a graded card out there from the set somehow. There usually always is. It's like they haven't even released, but yeah, you got one. Interesting.
yeah. So the name of the eBay is Favorite Team Sets. Sellers other items.
He's just selling team sets.
Yeah.
You
can play a pre-sale. He has. Well, look at. Oh wow. There's a reptilian for sale. There's a green numbered card for sale. Another numbered card. Another numbered card for sale. There's 4 numbered cards for sale right there. Yeah.
From that set.
Not for that set, but from Bowman. I'm sure the guy did the exact same thing from Bowman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bowman baseball.
Bowman baseball. You pick your complete set.
Wow. That's nuts.
I mean, you got to be kidding me. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. That's somebody. I almost want to watch one of them to see.
If that's what he does it online, or if he just collects them and sends them out to you. But
yeah,
if he does, like I said, they're not worth $40.
No.
I don't know any set in there that would be worth $40.
Well, they change. I mean, look, Arizona Diamondbacks are $25, but I don't know how many base cards there are. But who gives a shit? and you're paying $5.50 shipping.
Oh dear God!
Right? It's not even free shipping.
At least offer free shipping, maybe.
You know.
I mean, and you're gonna rip somebody off. At least offer that.
You know.
Uh,
And then you look at the price, like I said, you look at some of these aftermarket prices. It's absolutely so. For instance, I mean, I guess so. Like for instance, all the like Brooklyn Dodger, 55 World Series cards with Jackie Robinson. Like you don't get that. Sorry, that's not the base. The Arizona Diamondbacks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They have 14 base cards.
now, see, here's Mike. No, he doesn't. He say just the base, literally just the base. Like they have the base city versions, base image variations. You're not going to get those.
No, not the way that reads in the thing. No inserts, nothing special.
My Nationals have 10. That is, ridiculous. Your Mets,
Well, the Nationals would cost you $20. Well, it would cost you $26 because it's also $5.50 shipping.
and your Mets
$26 for those cards. Now,
how much are your Mets?
What?
How much are your Mets? Because there's 18 cards there. He's probably charging a little more.
New York Mets are $20.
Wow.
But it doesn't make a difference. I mean, I'm assuming you're still only getting one of each card, right? It's not like you're sitting there and going ahead and getting. It's not like unless I look. I mean, I could be could be misunderstanding, but it doesn't say anything about hey, we'll be ripping open X number of cases, and you get everything, in that out of that or anything like that. So I don't understand. I mean, look, it must be working because they have a lot of they have 18,000 reviews.
Wow.
I mean, they have 18,758 feedback, and it is 100% positive.
Wow.
Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. I mean, like, who would go ahead and do that? 2/3 of those Mets aren't on the team anymore.
Exactly. That's what I was looking at too. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't understand that, but as you or I were talking, like even still, I mean,
is anybody in here paying $250 to $300 a box? I don't think so.
And here's the thing that gets me. I can understand if it was you and I'm an eBay seller, not an individual guy like me, right?
Right.
Was able to get a couple of boxes. I was able to get my 2 hobby boxes and everything. Great. I'm going to sell one, and I would go ahead and I throw it up a one-time thing or something like that. Hey, at $250. I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind the single guy, the one guy, doing it. But when you have a blowout, when you have a Dave and Adams, when there's no way. I mean, maybe I don't know their allocation. I don't know how they pay for anything. But don't tell me that Dave and Adams or those guys, even if they logged on a pre-scale, they weren't buying the cases. And don't tell me they're not buying cases for $1,600.
Oh no, they do the fact that they're probably like my LCS where they get an allotted amount, but the price is probably say maybe 11 to 1,200 maybe, because they're getting so like say blowout got 15 cases or 20 cases. They're only going to be paying probably between 1,000 and 1,200 a case. And then
Right.
you see them selling them for $325 a box. The profit is just ridiculous.
That's what gets me. Right. So it's like there's part of me, I mean, honestly, goodness, like the little local LCS guy who got, allocation, who got maybe one case, or maybe even only got a half a case. I don't like it. I can understand that guy who has a brick and mortar and everything like that, little shop by himself, doesn't have a lot of advertising, stuff like that. Word of mouth. I'm only in the community like that. I can understand a guy like that. Again, I do not like it. I can understand him saying 225, 250. I get it. But for a David Adams, a blowout cards, some of these big ass places to basically charge the same thing.
And if I had the choice, I'd buy from that LCS to support my local business.
Right. But to me, what do they get it for then? I mean,
these guys are as bad as the gas stations price gouging us with the price of gas.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. It's like, really?
Like, I don't understand it. I mean, I don't, I wish it wasn't that way. But like I said, these guys going ahead and doing it, it's just, it's just wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not for that price. And again, this is not like a high end, like you're treating this as though you have a ton of cards in there that are going to go for big money.
Yeah. It's like you're taking this as like a basketball chrome product. No, it's not.
I mean, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, it really sucks. Like I said, and like for someone like me, again, who tried to go ahead and get it, wasn't a bot. I was on the computer myself, sitting here, trying to, and I when I actually not here, when I was away, sat in front of the computer, waited, bam, 12 o'clock started, 12:02, it accepted me, I got in. It says, "Oh, go to your cart." I go to the cart, bang. Some of your items are out of stock. What? What do you mean some of my items are out of stock?
Well, I know I did hear that. I guess they did have sort of a mess up where they were allowing you to get, for hobby boxes, 10 cases a person, only 2 hobby boxes per person. It should have been flipped, 2 cases and 10 hobby boxes. But so that probably sold it up. But I'm over here at Blowout looking at their Series 2 boxes. Pre-sale, $199.95 for hobby, $399.95 for
Jumbo.
They don't list the price.
What did it go for at pre-sale?
The hobbies were $117, and I believe the jumbos were like $230 something.
So from $118 to $200.
Yeah. Their mega boxes are $75.
Holy crap!
Yeah. I don't know why do you think they're going to get that? I mean, I'm sure somebody will buy it.
Who's the chase? What are you chasing in Series 2?
Somebody put it out there, but nobody that I knew, like Western New York did. Let me see if I can find it on Facebook. He put it on here, like, these are your chases for Series 2. Let me see if I can pull that up. Because it did, to me, it was like, why? I don't even know these guys. And now Fanatics, did you see this? It's like he put this out there. Fanatics drops are no longer, you will no longer get text from them about Fanatics product drops. You'll still get the tots. You will no longer get the Fanatics, which is ridiculous. Let me see here. And find this. It's the Bowman. Okay. Here's the key rookie list with Series 2. Sal Stort, Bryce Elridge, Quasimodo, I guess. No. Kazumua Akitomoto.
He's the guy from Toronto, I think.
Chase DeLauder.
Mm-hmm.
Connolly Early. Murakami. I'm not even trying to pronounce the first name. Carter Jensen, Brandon Sproat, Trey Savage, Kevin McGonigal is a short print. JJ Weatherhold is a short print. Carson Benge is a short print, and so is Justin Crawford. Those are the ones you said are the ones you're looking for, but I don't know any of them. Well, I know Sal Storton. That's about the only one. There is. I just don't know who they are, but I mean, I don't know which one's going to be the big one, the big chase one out of that. Like you had.
Well, if he keeps going away, Murakami, the kid from the White Sox, is having a pretty good year. Okay. I could see him and stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah, Lauer was off to an awesome start. I think the guy from the Japanese guys from Toronto, I think Sal Stewart. I mean, I'm not saying Sal Stewart is trash. But he's with the Cincinnati Reds. He's the guy to go ahead. He's the big. I mean, he's 56. He has 10 home runs and 30 RBIs. Benj is starting to do good. I mean, if that's a big chase, okay. All right, I guess so.
I want to see what Sal Stewart carts are going for right now. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's nothing. His Bowman autograph in 2022. Don't care. Chrome black base cards, 1550. So I guess.
Yes, Sprott had a rookie in Heritage. Yep. Yeah. I don't give. Like I said, I don't know.
Sal Stewart. I saw that one for like $1.99.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. I mean, who knows? We'll see what happens. But I mean, for the price to be, I mean, in a way, I guess 80. It's a little more reasonable.
It's not double what you paid for.
Right. Like
I know they got the overhead, they got the bill, all that kind of stuff. I do. Yeah. So at $80 is not terrible. But when you're almost doubling the price of your box, no. That stands in the Royal Open.
Oh boy.
Well.
Cleveland coming back against the Pistons at 66-64.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I just again, it's a paper product also.
Yeah.
That's the other thing to take into consideration. I mean, it's a paper product. I mean, out of Series 2s, what are you looking for? I mean, yes, you're looking for your autograph and stuff. But you're probably looking for what, the home field? Is that what is it still called, home field advantage?
I think so.
But that you're looking for what? Maybe heavy lumber.
Heavy lumber's another one.
I know they have this new thing I'm looking at right now, cover athlete.
Yeah, they've got those. You got the Bo Bichette in his Mets uniform. Not that means anything.
Yeah, but that's just paper. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of this stuff is just
the 52 design. That's the big chase out of these.
Yeah.
Doesn't say anything about having the mantle, which nobody knows that was ever hit because I haven't seen anything on it. But
wasn't the other thing some kind of magic box or something?
Oh, that was
Stadium Club,
which I haven't seen any of those either. But you do have the World Series cards in here. You got Stars of the MLB. Can they just get rid of that set? Seriously.
No, they fucking can't. They got to keep it
home
going.
Field, home field advantage. The heavy lumber.
So they have something here, right here. It says, to help celebrate the 75th anniversary of the brand, Topps will be including buyback cards throughout the 2026 flagship run, including Series 1, Series 2, and Update. Most of the cards from the company's top 75 list will be included. Lucky collectors who find a redemption for one of these buybacks can exchange it for a PSA-graded version of the card. Topps chasers in Series 2 include a 1953 Topps Jackie Robinson, and a 1954 Topps Henry Aaron rookie card.
Among others, I'm sure. Those are the two big ones.
Yeah.
Well, you proved to me that the mantle was hit, then I'll believe that the other ones are in there.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't. I'm telling
That's
you
true. I mean, you're not showing anything. I mean, and again, hobby box, an autograph, or a mem, one or the other.
And what are you more likely going to get?
You're gonna get a paper napkin.
Yep. And I'm not paying $400 for a jumbo that has 2 hits in it. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I know it gives you the better odds to hit all that other crap, but anymore nowadays, you watch Striker, their jumbos aren't the way to go. It's like retail's been the way to go in the past couple of years.
Yeah. They're saying so. Let's see. What to expect in a hobby box: autograph or mem, 1 total. What to expect in a jumbo box: 1 autograph, 1 mem. What to expect in a mega box: 1991 Topps crackle board parallels.
Ooh.
What to expect in a value box: holiday parallels.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, really? So you're gonna have it's gonna be what, all the Easter egg ones, I think, again this time. I don't know what they'll put in, but I think that's usually what they do with series 1 and 2. It's just I mean, you're coming out this time of year. Throw in like a Memorial Day, or you're coming out after that. Even do Father's Day kind of cards or something. I don't know. It's something different than Easter.
Well, you never know. They might do 4th of July, and you get Oh no, well that's true. It's already. I mean, it'd probably be soon.
I mean, I could see Memorial Day. That would be cool.
Yeah, they could do. It'll be 4th of July, so they'll do hot dogs.
Oh yeah, I forgot they did the hot dog. Maybe they'll do a hamburger.
Home Field Fan Fest, 1 card. The Lady Liberty of the United States.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. They have the cover athletes. They have the Super Box exclusive called the Bulk Order. They have the flagship collection, which is 90 cards, which is Super Box exclusive. Or the flagship Chrome Super Box exclusive.
Wow.
Diamond Dust. Fanatics Authentics Redemptions.
That's for the Fanatics Blasters, yeah.
Yeah. 75 years of Topps baseball gifts, 6 cards.
Oh, they're doing that for this series too. Wow.
A Victus bat, a Zion case, Topps Rawlings baseball, 10 Mitchell and Ness jerseys of your choice, 75 Lids hats of your choice.
What are we gonna do with 75 hats?
Sell them. And Franklin custom batting gloves.
And so it's different for this one. Like what the series 1, at least you got a chance at World Series tickets, home run derby tickets. I guess for this, they're like, well, we can't be getting out the same stuff.
Yeah, and the
if
iconic.
If the jerseys are all autographed and you get to choose, then
Yeah,
that's what I'm going with. That's what I want to hit.
Then the iconic Topps buyback cards. 1952 Topps. Andy Pafko. 52
Why?
Eddie Matthews. 53 Jackie Robinson. 54 Hank Aaron. 55 Roberto Clemente. 56 Mickey Mantle. 57 Hank Aaron. 60 Mickey Mantle All-Star card. 61 Roger Maris. A 69 Reggie Jackson. A 75 George Brett. A 77 Reggie Jackson. An 82 Cal Ripken. An 85 Kirby Puckett. An 86 Bo Jackson. An 89 Ken Griffey Jr. A 93 Derek Jeter. A 2008 Clayton Kershaw. A 2012 Bryce Harper. And a 2018 Ronald Acuna bat down. Now, it all says they're graded by PSA. What grade are you getting? Are you getting? I mean, don't.
The older cards, you're probably not getting above a 3.
Yeah, but I mean, hell, if you get a 1956 Mickey Mantle PSA graded 3, dang.
Like I said, they're not going to be above a 3. Didn't say you'll get a 3. They just won't go above a 3.
But even if you get a 1,
right?
PSA 1,
that's like the 52 that's still out there. If that's a PSA 1, that's a $30,000 card all day long.
Right. And that's where I agree with you from the standpoint of is again, why haven't we heard anything
about it?
At
Unless
all.
it's just like still in a box somewhere, which I would doubt, but then it could be. It could be in a blaster box for all we know.
I get that. But you mean to tell me, out of all those iconic, if you're talking about, that was from Series 2, right? So what you're telling me,
Series 1 had a Hank Aaron, I believe, in it too.
Say what?
I think Series 1 also had that was Willie Mays that got hit. I forget what year that was. But that ended up, the guy got it. It was on Facebook. I think it was a PSA 2 Willie Mays rookie card. But I mean, you don't know what you're going to get. Now, the newer stuff, are you going to get at least a PSA 7 or better? And why would you pick Bryce Harper for 2012? What about Mike Trout? What happened there? You couldn't get one? I mean, seriously, who's one? I could care less about Bryce Harper.
I just don't like. But like I said, like with me, I say, okay, nothing against any of these other players, but you and me, wouldn't we have heard that the 85 McGuire from Series 1 was hit, or the 80 Ricky Henderson, or the Tony Gwynn, the Mike Schmidt, the Aaron Judge, the Frank Thomas no name? Forget the Willie May, forget the 52 Mantle, the 55 Koufax, right? Forget those. But you mean to tell, like, why haven't we heard about a lot of these cards?
Yeah, I mean, are they all still? I mean, I know they were very hard to pull. However, somebody had to pull something.
This is what doesn't make sense. This is another one of those things that doesn't make sense when it comes to this hobby from a from that perspective, is that you would think that would be all over Tops and Fanatics, that Sports Card Investor, and Mojo, Card Collector 2, anybody doing any kind of content on it.
It's sports cards.
Right. Would have gone ahead and said, "Oh my gosh, folks, one of the biggest cards ever pulled, the Mickey Mantle 1952 PSA graded card was pulled from a Top Series 1 box." Blah, blah, blah. But you don't hear nothing.
No, I mean, like I said, I saw the redemption for the Willie Mays. I saw the redemption for like 2 other ones. They were like lower end names, and that's been it. I haven't seen anything since then. It's like, where are these cards at? Are they just sitting in a warehouse somewhere? Or
I mean, I guess the only good thing is, when you look at it from the standpoint of is, excuse me, is that okay, they got to be rare, number one, because you're only getting one of them, right? So all these are like a one of one per se. I mean, from that standpoint, we know there's going to be multiple, graded Tony Gwynns and Ricky Hendersons, right? But you would think that there's only one of these, of each one of these, in the Tops set.
Right.
So you can understand 19 cards, you get it. There's only 19 of those out of all the millions of cards that went ahead and Topps got. I understand it. But I don't understand how we are not hearing anything.
Okay, so I looked it up. As of mid-May, there have been no confirmed reports or public announcements of the 52 Mantle redemption picked up yet. Odds. The odds are roughly estimated at 1 in 40 million packs. Similar PSA graded copies are sold for anywhere from $134,000 to $240,000.
So The odds on every one of them is 1 out of 40 million packs. There's 19 of those cards out there. 19 times 40 million equals. You're telling me there are 760 million packs of Top Series 1?
If I could, it's a possibility, seeing that I believe the print was over 5 million cards. I think something like that. I know it was huge, but I mean, if it's 1 in 40 million, I think that's over. I think that's inflated. I don't think it's quite that high. I could see maybe 1 in 10 million, but even that, who's buying 10 million packs of Series 1 to open? That's like a 2 months, 3 months worth of cards to open, and that's not even guaranteed you'll get it.
But that means there's 190 million packs.
Yeah.
190 million packs times, and we're just going to say they're regular packs. We're not even going to say they're the good packs, right? We're just going to say this is a regular old, pack of cards. Okay, a black value is 12. We're not going fat pack. We're not going hanger. We're not going mega. We're going to go value blaster of 12. 190 million times 12. 2.28 billion cards.
That doesn't sound right.
Holy crap.
I can't see there being that many. I guess there technically could be, because nobody knows the exact print run. Tops will never tell you. People use the math to try to figure it out. But I mean, if Tops came out and said, "Hey, yeah, we printed 2.2 billion cards for the Series 1," is anybody going to buy any of it? That is junk wax error numbers. I don't get it.
Well, but you look at it from a standpoint of is that, if you look at, just the base, yes, you have, I'm going so we're going to say that every player has one base card, right? But then parallels.
True. So I guess
Diamante.
technically there
Wait a
could
minute, hold
be.
on. Wait. Diamante. Hollow foil. Pink Diamante. Rainbow foil. Sand glitter. Silver checkerboard. Spring training. Tops foil pattern. Aqua rainbow. Aqua hollow foil. Gold, which is the 2026. That means there's 2026 of each one of those of every player. Pink hollow, print run of 800. Yellow hollow to $3.99. Yellow rainbow, $3.99. Wait a minute. We're not even close. Purple to $2.50. Purple rainbow to $2.50. Blue to $1.50. Blue rainbow to $1.50. Cherry blossom to $99. Green diamante, $99. Green hollow. Green rainbow to $99. Green spring training to $99. Independence Day to $76. 75 years to $76. Black border $75. Gold diamante to $50. Gold hollow $50. Gold rainbow $50. Gold sand glitter $50. Gold spring training $50. Canvas $50. Memorial Day $25. Orange diamante $25. Orange hollow $25. Orange rainbow $25. Orange sand glitter $25. Orange spring training $25. Wood. Black diamante 10, black hollow 10, black rainbow 10, black sand glitter 10, black spring training 10, red diamante 5, red hollow 5, red rainbow 5, sand glitter 5, spring training 5, first card 1 of 1, foil fractal 1 of 1, rose gold hollow foil 1, rose gold spring training 1, printing plates to 1. That is all the freaking parallels that you could go ahead and get.
Well, I would not count the printing plates as cards, although technically they are. But if you go through with all that, then yeah, there is a possibility of it being 2.2 billion cards.
That's a lot. That's all the parallels. you know.
Wow.
And then there's variations. All those all base
You got the
stock.
golden mirror. You forgot the golden mirrors
Yeah.
and the autographs and all that.
There's clear vision, which is to 10. There is the base vintage stock, which is to 99. There is the base hollow variation. And inside of that, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different variations of those cards. And then you have the base golden mirror. There's 350 of those at a minimum. I doubt those are one of ones, right?
Right. So looking
How many golden mirrors are there of each player?
I think there's one, isn't there? One of every card.
One of those is a one of one?
I'm not sure.
Wow.
So total production of 2006 series is estimated approximately 508.9 million to 558 million total cards across all configurations, marking us from last year. So mathematical odds from the official checklist, you get the print run yields roughly 1.28 million to 1.38 million base card copies of each player. Each player gets almost 1.4 million cards, base cards.
Oh, that's a base.
Yeah.
And then what about all the numbered parallels?
It doesn't get into them. I mean, it's just not including the short prints. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not even going to get into this. A rainbow foil, there's 12,000 copies of each. Hollow foil, 8,000. Team color border, 1,300. True photo variations, you got those two. There's 90 of those. Golden mirror image variations, there's 80 copies of each. The Legends Golden Mirror, 22 copies of each. Wow. 1.38 million base cards of every player. So then there is a very possibility of it being 2.2 billion packs out there. I would love.
And you got to figure. Wait, Golden Mirror. You said there's 80 of each one.
Yep, and 22 of the Legends.
So you got 80, and the set is 350. That's 28,000 cards alone.
Yeah,
just in Golden Mirror. And then you figure if we just go back to the base, right? 26 times the base is 300. If we're saying with 350 cards, so the gold, the numbered to 2026, there's 700,000 of those. Because each player has to have, right, from 1 to 2026.
Yeah, they would, yeah.
So there's 700,000 of those alone.
That's ridiculous. And they say that was up 16.2% from the year before. So I don't know if let's see what they say anything. Is print run.
That's just amazing to me.
Series 2. I gotta do 2026. Whoops. They have it out here yet? No, it hasn't been released yet. But Series 1 had the S of that of 1.4 million. Yeah, they're not gonna. Wow. 2020 Series 1 reached the actual number for Series 1's 1.415 billion cards. 1.415 million base cards
per player.
Yeah. That's what they say it reached to. Damn, I would
1.4 million?
Basically, yeah.
So let's just go 1.4 million times 350. That's 490 million base cards. 490 million.
I hope you have room in your new place for that. 'Cause we're gonna have you buy, 2.2 billion packs to see if we can get one of those. We're all gonna chip in.
I mean, wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Now they might drop it a little bit for Series 2, but I can't see it. It's it being right around the same number. Now, update is when they usually drop it a little bit, but I want to go there and just talk to them. Can you tell me what your print runs are? I just would love to know.
Well, what's interesting is when like on Beckett, when you go to the checklist, the base set is 350 and it starts at card 351, which would make sense. So it's a full series 1, series 2, we don't know about up there, so it's 700 cards. But they don't list all those other. They list the Golden Mirror, right? So
Right.
they list Golden Mirror, they list Vintage Stock, Clear Vision, True Photo, Team Color, Holiday Variations, Player Number Variations.
I mean, you got that one too, which is, I think, are they a 10, I think?
Big Apple Foil, which is a FanFest exclusive.
So you got to technically include those too, because they have the FanFest boxes that they release.
Yeah.
I mean,
the short prints that you mentioned, the Golden Mirror of the Legends, Through the Years Golden Mirror rookie cards, 1952 variations. So they don't talk about all those starting at $3.99 to $2.99 all that. They don't have that listed yet. But there's no way in hell we are going to believe that you're not having, red and orange and green and rainbow and blue and all these foils of all these guys.
Yeah. And don't forget the cards in the silver packs too.
Yeah.
So there's even more cards there.
Yeah, and we didn't talk about the memorabilia cards.
Remember the autos, the ones you get in the super boxes, those foil boards that you get.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got so much that I said I just would love to go and just pick the brain of who decides how many cards they're going to print. You guys tell me what Series 2 print run is? I'm just curious. So that is 4.28 billion cards per player. Just once, I want to pull one of those redemptions for one of those old cards. That's all I want
to see if it's real.
Yeah. Pull that mantle and you could sell that mantle redemption alone probably for close to $100,000.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, because you don't, all they say it's a PSA graded. They don't tell you what the number is.
Right.
So if you were able to go ahead and get it, I mean, whoo.
So let's see. So here's a PSA 2, 115,500. That's best offer too, but what are they sold? Let's go see what they sold for, if there's any. That's where you gotta see. 52. I want there. You go. That's Bowman. Reprint. I can't have any real ones. 52 Bowman. So I guess they're just nobody's buying the actual, has sold the actual Topps one. But for sale wise, 3.5 is 296. Well, here's a PSA one at 48.3. So you're looking at least $40,000. Here's another one for 43 that's really bad. It's not even a PSA one, that's a PR. I mean, that's really bad. But I mean, you're still, even with that one, it's 43,000.
Yeah.
So if you can get all you need is a PSA one and you make bank. Anything higher than that, you're going to be retired, almost retirement money. I mean, now, grant they're not going to have the PSA 10 sitting in there, but
Shit. Imagine,
give
holy
away
crap.
a $14 million card.
Yeah. I mean,
Even if they put a PSA 7, that would be killer.
yeah.
That's got to be at least $500,000, I would imagine.
I would
Close
think
to it.
I would think easily in that number range.
Take it to Golden. Sell this for me. I don't think I'd go to him, but I mean, take it out to Pawn Stars.
Yeah. I mean that I mean, that'd be one of those ones where I mean, I don't know, you do a private sale,
That's what you'd have to do.
I mean
I mean, they're pipe dreams, but hey, I'm gonna go out and buy every Series 1 box I can find. Just to see if I can.
you never know. All you could hope for is that, someday down the road, that it is that the prices go ahead and come down to where it's a stupid number. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if that card does get pulled, I hope it's by somebody that's like a younger kid. You just open a box just to have fun. Well, not some investor that like dipshit down there by you. Oh, look, I pulled it. Asshole.
Yeah, I agree. That's all you could hope for. You hope that in some of this stuff that's what it would be. That it would be great if we start to see that type of stuff.
Yeah.
If we start to see, hey, we're actually going ahead, and have it be in the hobby.
Right.
Have a hobby person go ahead and do it. If able to go ahead and and get that get a card like that. But I mean, sometimes I wonder, like, the Mantle is one card. Like, I don't know, I don't know. I guess it would be interesting to see if if it was pulled again, what happens to it, from that standpoint. Because if it's a normal everyday collector, I mean, even at a PSA 1, man, you get 40 grand. That's
Yeah.
for a normal collector, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? Yep. Binge drives in Ewing. Mets win 2 in a row. Holy cow, we're back. World Series bound.
What World Series are you bound to?
We're bound to watch it.
I'm just glad we're in second place. I mean, we're 10 games out.
We're only 13 games out, man.
But it's still early. It's still early.
Got a shot. But I don't know, man. Now if it was, let's say, 1 in 40 million to get any one of those cards, 40 million packs, okay. But if it's 1 in 40 million on each one of those, obviously, I don't know. That's
insane.
It's way beyond insane.
Aaron Judge rookie card is not worth a $40 million, like a 40 million pack pool. Yeah. I can see if it was just a Mantle is a 1 in 40 million. Okay, I understand.
Yep.
And just because of the
let's say Mantle and Mays. Let's say those were the only two, but those were the buyback ones, the redemptions, whatever you want to call them. If it was those two guys, or pick a couple of iconic ones. Say, hey, guess what? The odds of hitting one of these cards, 20 million packs. Okay, I get it. It's cool and everything like that. I think the funny thing is, I think there was actually people out there who thought that you would actually open up a pack and there'd be a 52 mantle, raw sitting in there. It's like, no, I don't think they would do that. It would be, at a worst case scenario, it would be a freaking redemption. And that's when I'd be going, okay, where's your office in Texas? Because you ain't mailing that shit to me.
Yeah. So looking for Series 1, it was the 52 Mantle. You had a 52 Willie Mays. I know that one got pulled. A 52 Jackie Robinson, a 54 Hank Aaron, and a 2024 Topps Chrome Update Paul Skeens.
But how come when you look at the Beckett one, there's a lot more listed in those three than those four?
For Series 1 or Series 2?
Series 1.
Okay, so it does say includes graded vintage cards from 52 set and beyond, which are seeded into packs with a focus on the 1980 Ricky Henderson card. They were just, I guess, naming off the top big ones, maybe.
Yeah.
So let's see here. This is directly on Topps site. What do they? See all. So you had the Derek Jeter, the Griffey. The Derek Jeter is not even a gold. Come on now. It's not.
Pardon me.
You had the Ohtani rookie debut card. Wait a minute. Why is that? Why are these considered the ones that you can get? Because you can't pull the Paul Skeens debut patch. That's been sold already. I don't know. Mattingly was one. You had the Willie Mays. You had the Aaron. It shows a Nolan Ryan as well. Nolan Ryan rookie card. But I don't understand. Those are just other pulls that you can pull out of here. That's just, why are they showing all these? Nobody wants these. There's the Acuna bat down. Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper. Oh, they do have it. Claims they Mike Trout's in there, but
is that that the through the years buyback ones? That's the ones?
Maybe that's it, because it just says see all 75 tops or 75 iconic Topps cards. All-time lister, not part of the buyback. Okay, never mind. Oh wait, the 1-of-1 cards, iconic cards of all-time list are not part of it. So the 1-of-1s aren't part of it, but everything else is.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's
just there. I see the Ripken card. I see the Gwynn. There's a Frank Thomas. There's Chipper Jones. Why is the Nolan Ryan in a suit?
That's the Top Stadium Club one?
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. But when you look on Beckett's checklist, through the years buyback cards, there's only 19.
I mean, I'm looking at, these might just be iconic cards, but because I'm on Topps Ripped. And they're just.
Yeah, I think they're showing those are the iconic cards. I think they're taking that list and from that list, they're paring it down and grabbing X number.
Yeah, because I don't, let's see. No. Yeah, I don't see anything. It's showing why can't Topps just put out there okay, look, this is what the list is. Put it out there for us so we know. Is it really that hard?
I agree. I don't understand why they can't go ahead and make it simple for everybody.
Just say, look, here it is. These are what you can pull. Good luck. Yeah, they just want to gouge us. It's not anymore. It's no longer a hobby. It is a retirement fund if you get the right cards. Anyway, so on to our other wonderful subject we talk about. Somebody on Facebook posted that Backlash was better than WrestleMania. I'm like, no, it's not. I mean, even the last match wasn't good. The Roman match was not that good.
No, but overall, I think Backlash was solid. It wasn't. I mean, because they've had some crap PLEs.
The Io Asuka match was the best.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, for a 2.5-hour show, I mean, to be honest with you, I would say that, you know, if you're comparing WrestleMania weekend to Backlash, I could see how people think Backlash was better, because at least all the I mean, you know,
I'll say Backlash was better than night 1 of WrestleMania. I will say that.
Yeah.
Night 2, it might have been comparable with.
Yeah, I mean, the Danhausen thing, you know, there were 1,000 ways they could have gone to do the whole.
A lot better than what they did.
The whole midget thing was, you know, I mean, I
didn't get it. It was stupid.
You know, I mean, you know, and you're gonna have that little guy do the stuff that he was doing to the Miz and Kit Wilson. I mean, for crying out loud, I don't care. I mean, either one of those should have destroyed him. That was terrible. There was. I would have rather have seen them bring out like a 60-year-old boogeyman, you know, or something along those lines, or something. I would have, even if it was CM Punk.
Yeah.
You know, dressed up as Danhausen. But I mean, there were a lot of ways they could have gone, but that one was just.
It did not make sense. It wasn't good.
That was trash. That was, in my opinion, that was trash. Breaker, Seth, you know, decent. Again, you know, botches happen in every single match. Once again. Oh yeah, El Torito. You know what I'm saying from that standpoint? Yeah. I mean, you know, the Roman thing. I mean, you know, again, Roman was predictable. Danhausen was predictable. I was surprised until, you know, with Io and Asuka, I thought Asuka was going to win. But now knowing that Asuka is basically, by that reaction and some of the things that I've read on X, you know, that there is some kind of a short term or something's going on to where basically like her career is going to be on pause with, you know, there's some stuff going on. Does that mean full retirement or what? You know, I don't know. So I understand.
After when I was reading the way it looks,
yeah,
like a leave of absence.
Yeah, after I heard that, then Io winning made sense.
Right.
But if Asuka was going to be around, I would have expected Asuka to go ahead and win so that they could have, you know, some kind of feud.
Right.
You know, what the hell else did we have? What was the other match? Breaker and Seth. Fucking Danhausen, the women, the
didn't have Logan Paul there or anything. Yeah, he wasn't part of it.
Roman and crap. What the hell was the other one? Oh, Sami Zayn.
Oh,
and Trick Williams,
which we knew.
I just, you know, there's talk that, you know, they have tried everything they can. The truth, what they wanted to do was have some kind of a build-up and actually put the belt on Sami in Saudi Arabia. But no one's buying it. No one cared. There are no ride or die Sami fans. Well, there probably are. But there's probably like 8 of them.
Yeah.
You know, but
I hope they don't do that.
You know, it would be a total injustice. But then again, don't get me wrong. You never know. I mean, the Prince wants to pay the money. TKO wants to grab the money. I mean, look at what TKO has done. You know, releases. You know, we heard about the New Day walking away when they asked them to go ahead and take a pay cut, and both of them said
take 50% pay cuts.
Yeah, you know, and both of them had just signed, you know, deals to take them through 2030. They said, and they were both in the 7-figure range. So they were both making over $1 million a year, probably closer to 2 or 3. So you want to take someone and say, hey, you know, we're going to take 50% of that. That's a good chunk of change. Yeah. There's talk that while I'm talking about the cuts and everything, there are talks that the whole Tamaloa and JC Mateo, that they got released. Some are saying that it was because of some contract negotiations that are going on with Roman and TKO, that when he kind of pushed back, that they went ahead and said, oh, okay, fine. Then boom,
Right.
you know, family members gone. So, who knows, about that. But, TKO is, they're going ahead in there, I mean, I want to give them credit. I will say I'll give them the idea that they are doing what a lot of companies do.
Right.
They are getting rid of, they're doing what professional sports teams do.
Get rid of dead weight.
They're getting rid of dead weight. They're getting rid of their older talent because they say, hey, New Day, I got the two of you at, let's say, $4 million. I can go ahead and that's two. I could get 6 guys that I could pay $4 million to.
Right.
And stuff like that, and get more. So
And it's not like the New Day was really doing much either. I mean, I liked them a little bit when they had Big E, but that was really about it.
yeah, they really haven't done. But they haven't done a lot with any of that type of stuff, and it's hard to when you're. I mean, I know the talent level is there, but again, now here again, I have no issue with them bringing up the young people,
Right.
But I mean, it's like, what are they doing? Like, what are you doing with LA Knight now?
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
You haven't seen him forever. What are you going to do with him?
No. You do them. You got Sheamus due to come back. You got Bronson Reed due to come back. Possibly Kevin Owens, but I don't see him coming back. Unfortunately.
Randy's got to come back. Him being out with his injury. So, like, I get, I get the whole thing. I get wanting the young people. Maybe part of that is they get the NXT crowds to start to watch these other shows, which I don't think so, because to me, if you're a wrestling guy and you are so zoned in on it, and that's all that's all you are, right? Then you're watching all 3 shows anyway. So it's not like you're seeing somebody new. They're showing off some of these new talent to people who normally maybe don't watch NXT, which they're probably looking at the numbers and saying, wow, the numbers aren't that great, for NXT people, for NXT showings. But I don't know. I just don't know what they're going to do. I mean, we talked about, okay, so you have Io Sky and Asuka. Asuka goes away, and now you get Io Sky. And on Monday night, Io Sky goes up against Sol Ruka. I'm really happy that I like Sol Ruka. I think she has serious potential to go ahead and be unbelievable. I'm glad she lost. I was hoping they weren't going to have her win, because they can just kill anything. Then Saturday didn't matter shit for Io.
Right. Exactly.
And stuff like that. They're still doing this whole IC thing with the same group. Now, all they did was pare the group down from 6 to 4.
Yeah.
Right, because you still got an Ethan Page who was in the ladder match, Evans in the ladder match, Rusev who was in the ladder match, and then you have Penta in the ladder match, stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Like I said, to me, I didn't mind. I thought Backlash was solid, other than the one match when the Danhausen thing was the comedy show. And I figured my thought, the way I looked at it was that there was going to be, in my opinion, there was going to be one comedy match, one 2 decent, 1 really good. And I think that they hit that. I think Roman and Jacob was decent for Saturday night.
Yeah, true.
But then you fast forward to Monday and you go, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. You're gonna have, like you said, you're gonna have him constantly beating the crap out of Roman every time.
I mean, is that what we're looking at? So every time, I mean, so next Monday night, are we expecting the exact same thing to go ahead and happen?
I mean, if you look at it, it's kind of what happened with Randy and Cody. Cody kept getting the crap beat out of him to the pay-per-view.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. They already had the PLE.
Yeah, they already had the pay-per-view here. I mean, why are they? I don't get it.
And here's what gets me is if everything that they say is true, where if you supposedly now you look, Roman's name is off of all the June dates.
Yeah, where do you go from there with it?
So what are you gonna have? So are we the next 2 Monday nights? Are we having Jacob beat the shit out of him again, and then on the last night he really beats the crap out of him, where Roman is nowhere to be found for the next 30 days?
Or do they possibly? I mean, I can't see it happening. But possibilities with TKO. They go to Clash in Paris. Roman drops the title to him there for just a month and comes back and takes it back. It'd be stupid, but I could see them doing something like that.
I don't know. There was a time for me, not saying anybody else, this is just for me, when you looked at your champion as number one, someone who's going to be there for a little while, and someone that you said was, man, okay, that guy could carry the company. And maybe, and look, love him or hate him, I really don't give a crap. I don't give a shit what your opinion is. I really don't. I could care less. I grew up with Hulk. I want to say I grew up, for crying out loud. I was freaking when he debuted would have been in the 80s, right? So I was in my freaking 20s. So it wasn't like I grew up with him like I was 9 years old, started watching him, right? But what I'm saying is my, watching wrestling all that time, you had, Hulk Hogan, and you looked and you said, that is a guy that can carry a company.
Right.
That is a guy that can be a face of a company. And I think you look at it right now and stuff like that, and for whatever you want to say, you may hate it or like that, hey, Ziggy, what's happening, buddy?
Right. It's Roman that's carrying the company right now, him and Cody.
And you know what? And the truth is it is, I was gonna get there, Larkin. I was getting there. Thanks, Ziggy. Appreciate it, buddy.
So before you go any further, I looked it up. Roman is now included on Raw appearances for June 1st, 15th, and 29th.
Oh, okay.
So
they had maybe he only got taken off the one for the 22nd. They made it sound as though he was taken out for all of June. But when you think about it, whether you love him or hate him for how much he wrestles or not wrestles, you have Roman, and on the other side you have Cody. You could see though, you look at those and you say, you know what, I understand it. I get it. I can understand a Cody Rhodes being the lead guy. It makes sense. Look at Jacob Fatu. Do you really see him being that way?
Yeah, no. I agree. Hogan was one of the best entertainers.
Yeah. But then they had this.
Yeah. This was stupid, I think. I'm sorry.
This has got to be the one. I'm sorry. I like John. I liked watching John. But this has got to be one of the sorriest freaking things ever.
Why does Cena need his own belt, his own whole little thing? No.
But not only that, it's the fans are the ones going to decide.
Yeah, even if you lose, you can still win.
It doesn't matter if you lost, John. If you showed heart and you tried really, really, really hard, and the fans voted for you. So what are you going to have? You're going to have someone like Danhausen is going to be like your John Cena champion because everybody loves him. You're going to have R-Truth.
Oba.
Everybody loves him. Ron Cena.
You could have Oba.
And
what they're doing with Oba is killing him. not having anybody there that can take him on, it's bad. They're killing that Oba Femi Open Challenge thing.
Well, but I mean, I get why they're doing it. Whoever he does, he has to squash. That was a point. When you and I spoke about it.
Right.
That was the one thing. That was the one thing that you were going to have a hard
Chuck?
time doing. Hey, Chuck.
Yeah, I agree. He has to do that in order to, because if Brock Lesnar is not truly retired and comes back at SummerSlam in his own town to actually officially retire, it would help Oba. But I know why they're doing it, but it just doesn't make sense how they're doing it.
Yeah.
Him coming out there saying nobody comes out, and then you have Adam Pearce come out. There is nobody. Well, then I'll go back and find somebody. He picks the two smallest guys he can find, besides for what's his name from the All Americans and Rey Mysterio. I mean,
right.
you could have almost come out and fight him.
Yeah. Yeah. Real quick, I haven't watched it yet because I know I'm going to want to watch I'm going to want to watch it from.
That's what I did.
From 1 to 4, and I just haven't had the time. I haven't had that block of time yet. Yeah, they don't know when, they don't know where, they don't know how, but let's announce it. They know nothing about it. Whatever, and then the fans are going to vote, and it does it make a difference? The WWE can make the numbers look however the hell they want to make them look.
Exactly.
And what are they going to do? They're going to take I don't know. I don't even really know any. I mean, the only guy I really know on NXT anymore is Tony D'Angelo, who's the champion, and this new guy, Ryan Brooker, whatever his name is. I mean, you're going to take a guy from from NXT, and what? He's going to be the first John Cena champion, whatever the hell that crap is.
When are they going to start it? How are they going to do it?
Well, no,
that's said where. There's no start date. Are they going to do it strictly on PLE? Or are they going to do it, they're going to do it like they did the last time for John Cena's last opponent?
Well, that's just it. Is it a one-night thing where we have, to your point, is it a Saturday night's main event where we are going to have 4 or 5, matches, and out of those, let's say 10 wrestlers,
I think
the crowd is going to decide who wins?
I think it's going to be something that's going to be extended out for a couple months, I would imagine.
Like a tournament?
I think so, probably. I mean, that's how I just see it happening with them.
Ken LeGray should be the first one to book. Yeah.
Yeah, AEW is starting to go downhill too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, and why do you have John Cena announce it?
Yeah.
Like why wouldn't you have Triple H come out?
That's what I would think.
And say, hey, here's what we're doing. We are honoring the GOAT.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to honor the GOAT by having this special thing. Like, because I just don't get it.
And if you wanted to, you could have John Cena come out after he announces it and then shake his hand and, be humble about it or something,
Right.
To have him come out and do it the way. Don't get me wrong, I like John, but
I mean, to try and pump it up the way they did. Oh my goodness gracious! I mean, it's it's absolutely crazy what they're trying. It's like
And of course, everybody there is one more match. So I wouldn't doubt if we get one more match from Cena at some point.
I don't think so. I do think.
Yeah, but they also said that about Stone Cold too, and I just don't know who he would want to go really. Put him up against Oba. What the heck? Such a stupid thing to tie to the man with a golden shovel. I hear you.
Yeah. Right on Ringside News. WWE still hasn't finalized the format for the John Cena Classic tournament?
Probably because they have no clue what to do. They're like, let's do this. And then, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I just, I again, you know, I don't know, again, if you're looking at this as a multiple show type thing, and I guess does that mean, all right, we're going to have, we're gonna, on Monday Night Raw, we have 2 matches of the John Cena tournament, and then after Raw, voting will open, and the top 2 vote getters go ahead and go. I mean, is this what we're doing? Go to WWE.com and vote.
Maybe. No, you're gonna have to call in somewhere and pay to vote, probably.
I mean, I just don't understand. I
You
mean,
can vote on the ESPN app. It's just I don't understand. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, they're pulling at strings to try to get viewers. That's what it is.
yeah. I mean,
Or maybe they do this tournament strictly on the ESPN app. Look, you want to see this tournament, you're going to have to go to here to get more people to try to go to. I don't think that's going to draw anybody if they tried to do it that way. You're going there you're going to spend $30 for one night, couple nights or whatever. No. Which reminds me, I got to cancel mine at the end of this month. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, like you said, if you had Triple H come out and Triple H comes out and does it, okay, I could see it. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me,
they're pulling the straws now. Our shows are losing viewers, so let's do something that'll maybe bring them up. That's not going to bring them up.
Well, you look at it. You had to, I don't know if it was for eyeballs or for whatever it is, but you had to after the final, after WrestleMania, and you have to have him come. You have to have him host WrestleMania, and hoping that brings some eyeballs. Then you have to have him do this announcement at Backlash, in hopes to somehow get more eyeballs. You can't let the freaking guy retire.
I mean,
right? Have we seen? You think about the retirements that we have heard that we've had over the years, over the last few years. Not Goldberg. Goldberg, different story.
right?
But I mean, is there is it going to be an AJ Styles tournament? I mean, you think about some of the names that have retired over the last couple of years, or let's say look to the near future, a Rey Mysterio. Right when you're going to do this for him. I mean, people call him the GOAT, the greatest luchador of all time. You would think,
You're gonna have a 619 tournament.
I understand that, Locke, and I go ahead and I get it. That he's still under contract. I mean, I understand that. I mean, AJ is, from what I heard, AJ is still technically under contract. I think he's doing some stuff in the with NXT or NXT or Performance Center and stuff like that. I mean, I get it completely. Yes, if John Cena is still under contract, he is still a name. He is still when that music hits and it goes dark and it's just John Cena in white letters, that is going to go ahead and get a pop. But I mean, now I think, as John said, you are, you're grabbing at straws.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out how to use that name.
I'll be right
back. You're trying to figure out how to use that name. But it's weird. It's like Cena explained current role no longer about his in-ring career, but about helping younger talent create opportunities moving forward. This is going to help create. This is going to help younger talent. So that means, I don't want you. So that means what? So, for instance, we shouldn't see a Shinsuke Nakamura in it because he's old. We shouldn't see an Otis or a Tozawa or our Truth or Damien like this. So if you're talking about it, let's go ahead and give younger guys an opportunity. This was really more geared towards NXT and those maybe recent call-ups from NXT. There should be nobody on there who's been wrestling on the main roster for the last few years. Jarrett was talking about all these retirements were probably relating to them cutting contracts. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It definitely wouldn't surprise me. The contract stuff is crazy. Asking guys to take 50% cut. I understand why they would go ahead and leave. But then like here we go ahead. You have the, when you look at like the CEO talk, even though he isn't the CEO, right? Nick Khan made $24 million last year. Good for him. I don't care. I'm not about that. But again, it's another one of those things that people are saying, for crying out loud, Nick Khan is cutting people, yet he's making money, which is what you hear through all companies and so on and so forth. And that's immaterial stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is that they are looking at money now. I'm not saying that Vince didn't look at money, but I don't know how much money was at the forefront of everything that Vince did. Anyway, damn.
Well, looking at the reason you're seeing a lot of John Cena is he is now the WWE ambassador. He signed a 5-year deal in December of last year.
Who?
John Cena.
Mm.
So it's a 5-year ambassador deal. So I mean, I bet you we see him at least 3 or 4, maybe 5 PLEs a year at least for the next 5 years, if not on Monday Night Raw once or twice.
Yeah, but saying you're looking for a step where he said, my, in this article I'm looking at, my why is to use whatever energy or relevance I have left in hopes. My why is to use whatever energy or relevance I have left in hopes to create a launch pad of opportunity for all talent to show their skills. More details to come as we figure all this out. So we know they have so like I was saying, while you were gone and everything, okay, if it is to go ahead, it's about helping younger talent create opportunities moving forward. To me, that means any wrestler who has been on Raw or SmackDown for at least 2 years or more, should not be a part of this at all.
But they will be.
Right, but what I'm saying though,
unless they're using it as the fans vote, because it makes no sense. Because I was gonna say they could use the younger talent to beat the older talent just to kind of give them a leg up, but that doesn't mean anything because the people are voting.
Yeah. So I don't I don't understand. And well, look, we should not be surprised that none of us understand when.
Right, wrong. I agree. That's exactly what it is.
Right. But if the idea is that it's a vote, so every NXT person, whether they win or lose, is gonna give a shot, outvote
a roster person,
a current guy. Yeah. No, I agree, Locke. And that's what I'm saying, though, from a standpoint of is that how are we pushing? So really, then this is just to go ahead. Do you need a tournament, or why not just go ahead and say, hey, we're taking Miles Bourne this week. He's not going to be on NXT. We're going to throw Miles Bourne in the ring on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And then Miles Bourne will go back to NXT. Tony D'Angelo, the champ, he's going to show up on Monday and he's going to fight someone. Well, who are you going to have him fight? What are you going to do? You're going to run Tozawa out there? You know what I mean? Like who are you going to put him up against? Like what superstar? I guess it'd be Matt Cardona,
The
right?
jobber.
You take Matt Cardona, you bring you bring a Miles Bourne up there, and Matt Cardona can job for Miles Bourne.
That Macadona, I'd leave.
Like what level of superstar are you talking that you're going to let these? Because you got to let. You're going to let the NXT guys lose.
I mean, you're gonna have one of these guys come up and go up against Jacob Fatu and beat him.
That's what I mean.
Not gonna happen. Put him up against CM Punk. He's not. He's not gonna lose there. Punk's not gonna job to one of those guys. I agree, Larkin. But he signed that contract. He wants to be ambassador. That's fine. Go to another country and try to sell the product to them or whatever. I don't care. Or go to all these Fanatics Fest and just be there, whatever. But yeah, TKO has no idea what they're doing. I did see a post, and I think it's funny. I don't know. I don't think it's true, but supposedly Vince McMahon is talking to Saudi Arabia about starting a whole new possible company or buying out TKO since TKO is having such a hard time with it. That I would like to see. Because Vince made it. I mean, Vince wasn't the greatest, but the shows were so much better. You had storylines. You had good stuff. I mean, I don't know if he could pull it out of his ass today for it, but because he had the players back then that you don't have today.
I agree.
They're trying, but then they took the mix of Rock and Stone Cold as an LA Knight, and he's gone. Where is he?
Well, I don't. You know what it is. I think that they have. When you take the storyline part away because you're just trying to go ahead and bring in more and more talent, let talent go, then you bring them, but you bring back a bunch of guys, and then what do? AEW gets rid of Hobbs and all these other people. What do? You bring them over, right? And you just have this constant. You bring Paige back, and right away you throw her into a championship match, and she wins the title and everything. It's like, well, what? You're trying to promote the young talent. What are you doing? And I think that they don't care. To your point, Larkin, they don't care. Why do I care? Because you can't. Because you think about it, like you think is any person who signs up for Netflix. I don't know, dude. What percentage of those people are watching Raw? Those that sign up, for the ESPN Unlimited. What percentage of them are watching the PLEs? I mean, now, well, I mean, obviously we've heard that ESPN's not happy. We heard that Netflix isn't real happy with what's going on. So what are you going to do? Like, can you go ahead and fix it? Like how does TKO, for lack of better words, throw their hands up in the air and say, you know what? We were wrong. We were really, really wrong here.
Right. I'm looking at like how they're doing money wise, and their revenues for last year is $475.7 million, and they're still demanding a 50% pay cuts from some wrestlers. Their debt, as of March 31st, total gross debt is $4.671 billion in debt.
Oh, yeah.
The internal criticism is that cost-cutting measures are causing frustration as they coincide with high executive compensation and record-setting high ticket prices. So that's like all their executives are making shit ton of money, but yet they're asking everybody else to take pay cuts.
Yeah, and the thing is um, when you look at it, you let the New Day go. Okay, so let's say they were both making 2 million apiece. You saved 4 million on 4.7 billion. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, come on. Let's be real here. You know, you can't tell me all the you know, I don't know how much it was. I don't know how much Aleister Black and all those guys were going ahead and making and all this other kind of stuff. But don't tell me that is what that's how you're going to go ahead and get out of debt. You know, the problem you have is, it's, you know, will people stop going? Because there are probably going to be people out there who are going to say, you know what? I don't get to go to all the PLEs, but it's costing me $400 to go to this one PLE. I could take that $400 and get the ESPN Unlimited app at $30, $35 a month, whatever it is. And I'm still, right, and I'm right around my 400 and I get all of them. Now that, I don't know how many people, I don't know if there'll be a lot of people would do something like that. I mean, how that will go ahead and how that would work and stuff. I don't know, but
Well,
I don't see it working.
And it isn't for ESPN because it says based on reports as of April 2026, ESPN is reportedly unhappy with WWE Premium live event viewership on the unlimited streaming service. Viewership for these events has been described as much lower than anticipated, causing concern over the high $325 million annual cost of the partnership. And it goes on down first, says, reports indicate that the low subscriber growth for the high-priced $29.99 a month streaming service has made the deal a financial strain for ESPN. And tensions over coverage with report WWE influenced the removal of letter grades for reviews following low ratings. And TKO Group President Mark Shapiro noted that the high price of ESPN Unlimited is the factor in lower than expected viewership. The early results caught a strain. So ESPN's not happy. So I would not just be surprised if at some point, before the end of this year, the beginning of next year, something changes.
ESPN looked at it, and what they failed to realize was that before them, everything was on one platform.
Mm-hmm.
It was on Peacock, or you had cable, right? Or so we'll say too. Now, to me, I don't look at cable as a different format because I've never been without cable. So from that standpoint, but so let's say even those two. But now, overall, people are trying to figure out, what do I want to do? Because if I want to watch the PLEs, I gotta have ESPN. But if I want to watch, the normal,
I gotta have Netflix.
Raw, I gotta have Netflix. But then if I like SmackDown also, so I have to have a cable subscription, or I don't know if there's a USA app or something where you could watch, where you can watch what do you call it? Or maybe it's one of those things where you have to get Hulu, so you can't watch it live, but you can watch it the next day. Right. I don't know. Whatever.
What they should have done with Netflix is did what they did overseas. Put everything on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And boom, you're done. You're not spending an extravagant amount of money from ESPN's not going to be mad at you. I mean, Netflix is. I looked them up. According to them, they're happy with the viewership being at 3 million. It's one of their top 10 shows, so they're happy with it. But they could be more. They could be more happy if they got all the PLEs as well.
But they had that before. Everybody laughed at it, but they had the WWE Network.
Oh, I know.
That's what someone should have done. Even if Netflix bought it and put it on all their stuff, put it in their data centers, their servers, whatever it may have been. It's its own little thing. It's a WWE network. It's $14.99, a month. You come here for everything. The library is here. Every PLE, whether it's Saturday Night Main Event or whatever it may have been, and what do? You get wrestling fans. A wrestling fan is looking and saying, you know what? It's not worth, especially now when you get the first what they've done, the last three PLEs, and I'm going to use WrestleMania 1 and 2 as two separate ones. But when
Right.
you look at the last three, broadcast nights, the first hour was free on all of them.
Right.
So that is where you've had to gone. You've had to take it to make it free to hope you can get someone to go, wow, this is pretty cool. I should go ahead and sign up for unlimited right now so I can watch the rest of this.
Yeah.
And who's doing that? Like, what is that conversion rate that you've had to do that you're doing? And you're putting on, you're putting on good matches.
Right.
From that standpoint, you're not putting on shit.
You're saying that TKO, I think TKO as a whole, not just WWE, they have so many other things. That's where you get the debt from.
UFC, I think a lot of events, they also have the bull riding, the PBR, professional bull riders thing. Yeah. I don't know what else is under their umbrella.
There's a lot that they have. That's why it says a 4.9 debt. Plus, the debt's also completely different than the way we look at debt.
Right.
They get loans, they get debt. So that's why. What's up, John? Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, happy birthday, Big John. Forgot about that one. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's interesting to see what's going to happen. I think, it's almost like you have to sit down and watch every single episode or every single show as if you just found wrestling. Doing well, sir. Doing well. Thank you for popping in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you almost have to watch it as from like I know nothing about this. I'm just gonna watch it for what it's worth. Like, I don't know anything about storylines and storytelling and all this other shit, right? I'm just gonna watch
it. It is, Dom. I agree. However, I do not expect Friday to be that big of a show. Well, there is reports that Randy is going to be back before Clash in Paris or whatever it is. That's the next one.
Isn't that the one in May? Isn't there one in like the 31st or something? No.
May. Yeah, they're saying he's supposed to come back to lead up to a match there at that show. I don't know who with or what, but hey. But we're probably going to get the same crap over on Friday night as we did on Monday night. It's just going to be whatever. I mean, SmackDown really has been Cody coming out and talking. And that's it. I mean, you don't see CM Punk anymore. Where's that rivalry that seemed like was going to happen? I guess that's put on the back burner now.
Very interesting that Clash in Italy, in Turin, Italy, is May 31st.
Yeah.
Which is a Sunday.
It's true, it is. Interesting.
Yeah. Night of Champions, Saudi Arabia. I mean, I think that's the night we're getting. Haven't they pretty much already announced that that's Cody and Gunther? I mean, I look at from you look at that type of thing. You look at this whole thing. I mean, again, we talk about storytelling and all the things that they're, how come we have not heard another thing about this favor that Heyman is going to have to.
Well, they did say something. They did try to say something Friday about it. Cody did, and I guess it was to get him maybe to get him signed over on Friday night, and then that didn't happen. He didn't get supposedly didn't get signed to SmackDown. I'm pretty sure he might have. You know how the storytelling goes there, but
yeah,
because that's the only way you could have that match with him and Cody.
Oh, we also have Saturday night main event on May 23rd. So we actually have three. There are three events this month. Backlash, Saturday night's main event in Fort Wayne, Indiana on the 23rd. And then we have Clash in Italy.
So the only two matches for that PLE on Peacock is the Penta Ethan Page and the Vision versus the Street Profits. That's it so far.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm hoping that they give the belts to the Street Profits, but something tells me they won't.
I think they will. I just don't know if they will do it. I don't know if they'll do it that soon.
Yeah. I can't see Ethan Page beating Penta for the IC. I mean, that would hurt Penta, I think, with the push he's been getting. But,
I think it's going to be hard. Oh, who knows, man? Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, yep, Clash in Italy.
It's not in Paris this time.
It's moving around. I don't know. We'll see. I think they have to. I think they have to go ahead and sometime at sooner or later, sit down and look what's going and listen to some fan feedback. Yes. But I think the truth of the matter is,
they don't care about the fan.
If the tickets are being, if the tickets are being sold at the prices they're being sold at, even if there happens to be, a few more empty seats. They're still bringing in more than, what they were, total dollar wise.
Right. He will be eventually, John. It's just too early right now to put a belt on him.
I mean, he will. I mean,
if they want to put the U.S. on him, I could see that possibly.
To me, you only put the belt on him if you plan on him having it for, I would say at least, in my opinion, at least a year, if not a little more.
Right, I agree.
In my opinion, I don't think you can go ahead and put it on him. And I don't know if you're comparing him to Brock Lesnar.
Because I don't think did Brock ever hold it for more than a year, or I don't think he ever had it for a year, did he?
WWE title reigns. So let's see. Brock Lesnar title reigns. 7 world champions, 3 universal. It doesn't really say that. Well, see, so yeah, see, some of his stuff is crazy. Like, so he won his first one in 2002. Then he won his next in August of 2002. Then 11 months later, in September of 2003, he won it. And then he must have lost it because then he won it again in March. I'm sorry. He got it again in WrestleMania, and then he didn't have it for a while, and then he defeated John Cena in 2014. Like, I'm trying to say, I don't see. Oh, so his first reign lasted 504 days.
Yeah, that's his longest one, from April 2nd, 2017 to August 19th, 2018.
Yeah.
So that's his longest run. He was over a year, but not much. But it is what it is. Who knows what's going to happen?
So to me, like, that's one of those that's one of those things that you have to do with, an Obafemi. Obafemi is going to have to be probably in that, $4 400 to 500 day range. So you're talking about him being, champ for, a year and a half.
Yeah,
Close to a, close to a year and a half.
I agree. So, but anyway, Mike, do
Yep.
you think before Randy retires, he gets number 15?
Man,
I thought they were going to give it to him at WrestleMania. They didn't. So I'm kind of wondering if they're even planning on that. Even if it's a short run, do they give it to him?
the only thing that makes me say no is here we are. He came back from injury and now he's out again with an injury. I mean, I guess you could have him come back, give him a title, give him the title, maybe get hurt and have to relinquish it so it doesn't have to lose. I don't know. I just, I think the injury thing could potentially go ahead and stop it. Like I said, unless they try to do one of those types of things.
Right.
I mean, could he go ahead and get it? Sure. I think he definitely, could. I think he could go ahead and get another one. To me, I don't know. I just don't, I at this point, when you're trying to bring, Obafemi, you got to figure the way they're doing Trick Williams, that obviously the U.S. title is a step up, right? You look at some of these other guys, I don't know how many of them they have are headliners. That's it. The problem you have is even you look at a Jacob Fatu for the push he's getting, all the other kind of stuff.
Right.
I still don't really look at Jacob Fatu as a final match guy on a regular basis. I still think he is more of a mid-card guy.
Yeah.
So when you look at that, I don't know what you do with all these guys. But do I think Randy could go ahead and get another one? I'm honestly, 50-50. I say I'm 50-50 just because I don't care if he does. I don't care if he doesn't.
Do you think he deserves it for all the time he's put in or not? I know we're running late here, but
well, no. Does he deserve it for all the time he's put in?
And that's for the guys in the chat too.
Huh?
It's for the question for the people in the chat too. Does he deserve a 15th title?
Yeah. I don't know, because I don't know how much. I don't know how much that is looked at anymore. I don't know, and my only thing about this with Randy is if you give it to him now, it looks more forced than earned, especially if you're going to turn around and let's say SummerSlam. What do you turn around and do you have him lose at Survivor Series? Like for a minute,
True, Chuck. I agree.
Right. That's what I mean from that standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what you do. He does if he can actually defend it. If he's out 6 months every time he defends it, right? I see, and that's my point, Tom. From that standpoint of is with his injury history, he goes out there, he wins it, and then a few weeks later he comes back out and he gets hurt again. What is it? Yeah, I mean, you put it on the ice. Like I said, honestly, I don't. They're going to have to figure out, this whole title reign thing. What are they going to do? Is it going to be one of those things where things are flip flopping all the time now with these guys? If you have a Trick Williams, if you have an Obafemi, is one of them Raw? Is one of them SmackDown? And then like, are they now, because of their age, because they're young, are they constantly in the mix for the title? So all of a sudden, do we turn around and 5 years from now, Trick Williams has 7 title reigns because he's won and held it for 3 months and then lost it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather see these guys be champions for a longer period of time than this,
I
get rid of it,
will
get rid of it, get rid
say
of it.
I don't like. I mean, I like Roman Reigns. I don't like him holding it for as long as he does. Like, you want to give him a year run with it, okay? He's already held it for like so long. It's like it's just getting to the point where there's other people that could put it on besides him that could do it,
Right.
especially on Raw.
Right. Oh, I agree. I agree. Obafemi is a prime example. But again, what are you going to do? It's going to boil down to the fact of is what does he have to do? Oba now with the walking and everything kind of stuff. That's let's face it, that's equivalent to everybody putting up the ones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's getting that type of a reaction. As soon as boom, boom, music hits, Oba, Oba, right? And everybody starts that. So it's the same type of thing of soon as Roman Reigns music hits, people are on their feet, one's in the air.
Right.
Same type of thing. So you could see how they could take an Oba and say, well, because of that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to give him a long run. At his age, do you give him that long of a run? Then what do you do when so I don't know. But again, like I said, I don't know if they give a crap about that anymore. I don't
True.
what,
And is there any big guys in NXT that they're trying to build up to hold Oba off until that person comes up?
no, because I don't know. The only who they when you look at it, I mean, again, I get pieces of it. I watch a lot of clips of it. I really want to watch a little more of NXT, but I know they have Tony D'Angelo, who they just put the belt on him. They just had all those call-ups, and they have Miles Bourne. Miles Bourne is like a smaller Randy Orton type guy with the shaved hair, and he kind of looks, but he'll get called up sooner or later. He's going ahead and he's dating, Stephanie Valcar, so they're going to want to bring him up so he can go ahead and be it. But like those are the only two, but I don't see either one of those two doing anything against Obafemi. And people forget Javon Evans beat Obafemi on NXT.
True. I mean, really, the only one they have there now that would give a remote chance would be Royce Keys, and he ain't going to be doing it.
No, Royce Keys. I mean, yeah.
Now Otis gave him a shot, but I mean, even Otis.
But what do you do with Royce Keys if you put Royce Keys in the ring with Obafemi? Royce Keys has to destroy. I mean, Obafemi has to destroy Royce Keys.
Yeah. Well, it would make sense. I mean, he won the Andre tournament, so it's okay.
Yeah. His trajectory is, so from that, that's what I mean. Like I say, to me, they've put themselves in a position because they're not telling stories, because of the way they are doing certain things. I think they just have put themselves in a position to where it's almost like hey, let's just do what feels okay, feels right.
Just throw it out there and see what sticks to the wall.
Yeah. Because like I was saying, to me, I'm cool with Obafemi going ahead and getting it. I mean, are we working up to an Obafemi versus Roman Reigns?
I have a feeling that's what they're working towards.
And Roman dropping it, but so then that means that Roman at some point in time has to literally destroy Jacob Fatu. I mean, he has to destroy him to where he is, power bombing him through every single table, through the announcers' desks, through the Spanish ones, through the regular ones. He has to go ahead and, spear him and then stand him back up where he can barely stand. And like he has to literally destroy him, because if he doesn't,
how's it going to look when he goes up against Oba?
Then what?
It's going to look bad. Yeah.
And if you say, well, we can go ahead and maybe you don't have a Roman Reigns lose to Oba, maybe you do that. We put the belt on Jacob and then Jacob. So then all of a sudden now you make Jacob look weak.
Right.
So I don't know what they're gonna do.
You have to sit back and watch.
It's
Anyway,
it's good. And it's good and it's frustrating.
2 hours and 25 minutes. Good show.
Good
No,
show.
I missed the first little bit of it, but
That's all right. Thanks a lot for hanging out, everybody.
yes, thank you. Come back next week.
Yep. Be looking out. We are gonna. I mean, we talked about it. Oh, you guys are late, but you guys, people here, they're always here. At some point in time, probably middle of June, once I get a little more established in North Carolina, we just have an idea of the setup in North Carolina. We will switch the show earlier to get some more people involved.
Right. It'll only be an hour early, 8 o'clock, so that way you guys know.
Or we're going to do something crazy and we'll start at like 8:17.
There you go. Thank you, Chuck.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Happy anniversary.
Happy
anniversary. Hope all is continuing going well for everybody.
Yes.
Enjoy. John, go ahead. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
We do one of those. You and Chuck are coming on and joining us.
Everybody better come on. Everybody better take an hour.
Yeah, because we're going to need it.
I got the 2 to 3 a.m. one. Woohoo. I'll be able to. Deal.
I'll hold you to that, Dom.
Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll catch you next week. Enjoy. Have a great weekend.
Yes.